Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Kenny from Mahalo.com, and I'm wearing my shades because I have no idea why. I just brought them, and I'm like, I'm wearing them in my video. But are you guys ready to draw some SpongeBob? It's bright in here in the studio. I'm in space. Anyways, we're going to draw the Krusty Krab. We're going to draw the exterior of it. We've drawn, Squidward's house, Patrick's house, SpongeBob's, and now we're going to go ahead and draw the area where they work. And I'm using Art Rage, guys. It's a great program that you can use. It's very inexpensive to buy. It's actually free to try. I say this every video because it comes, that's a question in every single one of my videos. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the horizon line and just kind of put that in. And I was, you know what? I was not smooth with my lines. Let's do it in one shot. That's not bad right there. It's a little hilly, but that's what we want to do. We want to get really good with our lines and just commit to it in the first try. That's a lot better right there. See, no, not so scratchy, not so sketchy. And there we go. I'm happy with that placement. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the road. And the road comes in diagonally. Let's try to do the same thing. Get really loose with our lines, guys. Boom. We want to try to get it in one shot. Let's go do another line parallel. And it should come out just a little bit. So there we go. That looks good. And then from here, let's draw another little line. And then we're going to draw a circle. Yeah, there we go. Actually an oval, because that's where the Krusty Krab is. Let's go ahead and draw a nice rock right here. Get loose. Just follow what I'm doing. It's kind of like a little shape like that, and then over here, yeah, so that's good. And then from here, I'm kind of going to map it out. It's going to follow the same path as the road. So when we're drawing, let's draw a line that's kind of parallel to that. And then we're going to come up, and we can kind of box it up as a square because that's what Krusty Krab almost kind of is. So let's draw a square up here. Then we're going to draw another line coming up here. And let's draw another. So and you're like, Kenny, that doesn't look like a Krusty Krab, that looks like a box. Well, my friends, stay with me on this and you shall see the light. We're just kind of boxing it up so it looks correct. So actually, let's go ahead and we're going to adjust, guys, so the Krusty Krab can fit in here. So let's go ahead and erase this line. Now I'm going to give somebody a bunch of cool points, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise this horizon line, guys, just a little bit. Sorry for that. We're going to draw through the drawing. There we go. And grab my eraser. Because, that's what happens in art. Sometimes we got to adjust. There we go. And so let's go ahead and readjust that oval. And we'll draw through it, so it's okay. There we go. And so from there, we got the little entrance right here. And so let's go ahead and get started. Well, let's come over here. We're going to zoom in. And we have our Krusty Krab. We have this cube. And then we're going to use this line right here to come up, draw up. And then we're going to come around right here. Then we're going to, from here, draw another line. And we need to map this out just a little bit. The windows of the Krusty Krab come out almost to half. So let's map it out with the window. And the window's going to come back around here. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. So then I have that mapped out. Now remember, the Krusty Krab does kind of, it's not a square, but look at, we come around, we draw an arcing line. We have the window mapped out, and we're going to come around here, draw another line, come around, we have that first wooden plank. And we're going to come around here, draw another line coming out just a little bit, actually like that. Then we're going to come around and there we go. So then we have that line. Let's kind of commit to that one a little bit. I'm going to come around here and let's see, so we want to go ahead and put in the entrance. Let's draw some straight lines. There's the main entrance. So then, now we know, so then we're going to come over here and we're going to still continue to draw through the drawing, guys, and get comfortable when we're drawing this. Okay, so now we'll see why we're going to do that. Because then we're going to come over here, draw this line, have it come out just a little bit, and then come down. So come out here. Then for this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come right to this door, right where this line is, come out a little bit diagonally, and then come down. And then we're going to come over here and connect to the bottom of this door. And you see, it's kind of like, it's like perspective. I won't get too much into perspective in this video. We're going to do some videos training you on perspective, but this is pretty much how it goes. And we'll do a line right here, and there's the entrance right there. And then, so we're going to go here. All right, so we got that down really well. And then, actually, this should go up just a little bit. There we go. And so we're going to come around here to the corner. We're going to add an arch. And just get real loose with our lines, and there we have that arch. Then we're going to come down. All right, so now we have this arch, and I'm going to come down here, and you know, we're going to clean up all these construction lines. So we got this. I'm going to come up and around. Whoa, look at that. And crazy art rage. No, it wasn't actually art rage. It was my hand because it was sweating a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So that, now that we got that taken care of, so we're going to come here, come up and around, and then this kind of goes, we'll do a line like right there, and then this arch comes around. Then we come right here, we bring a line down just a little bit, we bring this line up, and then follow this arch. And we can clean all this up, but we're just getting nice and sketchy and drawing it. So then you have this line that's come over here, and we're going to continue this line right here. And I'm going to bring this line out just a little bit and bring it here and bring it around. Then come down, follow that line, come around, and bring it around, and then from here we're going to, let's come around and clean this up just a little bit, guys. You know, these are our construction lines, and we're just getting loose, and you know, our drawings will have those, but the more pencil miles you get, the least amount of these construction lines you'll have. So we're coming around, drawing the inside of the wood. Actually, has to be at an angle. That's too much of an angle. So we'll come over here, come down. There we go. Then we'll close this up, following the same path of the line. Then start to clean up. But as you can see, you kind of see why I boxed it out. It's kind of like making sure that, you know, everything is done correctly. So I got this, come around. Then let's go out. Yep, we got one half of the Krusty Krab done. And then from here, we're just going to put a line at the top. And then what we do is we'll adjust, because it reaches the top right there. And then it comes down to right here. And then what this does, we come up to here. Then we're going to close this up. It's going to reach right there. Let's clean up, shall we? There we go. So we're going to come around. I'm going to cap it up at the top right there. And then it's made out of big planks. So let's go ahead, put that in, put in another plank right here. All right, so we got that top plank. Got another plank right around here. And put a little plank. And all right, so there we go. And now I'm going to take a step back and take a look at it. I'm happy with this side. I'm going to adjust a little bit over here. I'm going to, so let's go ahead. You can see, you know, sometimes when we take a look at our drawings, we got to kind of go back and readjust. So there we go. And I want this arc to follow closely. Closes right there. On this arc. Now that I look at it, I'm a lot happier with the shape now. So sometimes we got to do that. Sometimes we got to step back from our drawing, take a look at it, you know, be analytical, you know, because sometimes, you know, we don't have someone else to look at our drawing and be like, oh, you know what, you know, this is a little off right here. This is that. And sometimes if you're always too close to your drawing, you can, you know, not, you know, like mess up a little bit. You know, you might. So let's go ahead and start cleaning up if we're drawing with a pencil. And there we go. And then we're going to add some lines because it is wood. And let's erase behind because I drew through the Krusty Krab. So there we go. It's looking much better. All right. So let's go ahead and come over here to this part, and we're going to shade this in with our pencil. Make this the dark side of the drawing. All right, we could do the same thing for this part right here. Let's come in. And shade in right there. So now that we got this, let's go ahead, add the wood, because the wood will definitely crack, and then we're going to come in here, darken up these spots a lot, and then just come in and just kind of draw some lines to make it look like wood right here, like wood panels. All right, and we really want to make these cracks kind of dark right here. Come around here, bring out the line a little bit, and then I can just get a little sketchy. Add the wood right there. And then I'm going to clean this up right here. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and darken this Then come over in here and darken that. And we're going to head darken just a little bit, and then now the Krusty Krab has kind of like a little wood right down here. There's the entrance. And then we're going to add a line right down the middle, and let's go ahead and erase right here. Add two little rectangles. Add a little bit of shading. Darken that up just a little bit right there. And we're going to go ahead and throw in a little shadow right here. And just kind of darken, just get a little sketchy back and forth with our pencil. Using our wrist. A lot easier to go really fast if we use our wrist to just move our pencil back and forth. There we go, we got a nice little shadow going on. And then we're going to make these lines, we're going to kind of go up and down with them. We're not going to make them very straight, because in the world of SpongeBob, everything's kind of crooked. So, I mean, you know, so we're getting in our lines, so we're not making that completely straight, because if it looks completely straight, it doesn't look too much like the SpongeBob world, does it? Draw a couple of lines right here, and then draw some lines right here. And I'm going to draw a line. This is going to come up because it's like a piece of wood. And there. And we'll just shade really lightly with our pencil. Same thing over here. Come up, just draw, you know, some lines. And then we're going to come over here and just make this a little sketchy around the edges. Like, you know, we don't want to make it a perfect line, because nothing in the SpongeBob world is kind of like that. So we got that down. Let's do the same thing for here. Let's make this line nice and kind of wavy. And we'll do the same thing for over here. And since this part is casting a shadow, the light is coming from here, so we're going to darken this area up just a little bit, because that wouldn't be getting light from the sun. Because we can tell the shadow is coming from, you know, the other side. We'll just clean this up a little bit. There we go, we got that good right there. And we have the window down for the, oop, went too many lines right there. Let's go ahead and there it is. And with the hard part, well, one of the hard parts of the Krusty Krabs is we're going to draw some diagonal lines. Then we're going to draw some other diagonal lines. And that's the nets that come up on the side of the Krusty Krab. And we have the glass, so let's clean this part. And since this is wood, let's go ahead and really lightly shade in with our pencil back and forth. You know, come over here. Do the same thing to really separate it, to show that this is like wood and it has some kind of texture. And then we're going to come over here and make this line kind of thick between the two pieces of the wood and be wavy, because if it's too perfect, it doesn't really look like SpongeBob's world. It looks like something else. And then we'll come over here, same thing, kind of come out, draw some lines, because it's made from, probably looks like driftwood. Then come by diagonally, kind of hatching, and then we'll come over here, add these little things which look like the wood, where the wood comes out of. We're looking good so far. Same thing here. We want to kind of do it in different spots. Then I'm going to add like line like this. You know, it looks like a piece of wood. And lightly just crosshatch. And we're doing good, guys. We're almost there. And, oh, you know what? We'll come over here and add some ovals because there's some rivets. And then do the same thing over here. Same thing, add some ovals. And you know what? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Watch how easy it'd be to add the chimney. Forgot the chimney, but look at this. We have this line right here. And then come up. And then we just make a tube. Come around. And then we're going to zoom in, add some tiny little rivets up here because this is a piece of metal. And then we're going to come over here, add a line, add some rivets, add another line, and then we're going to add a circle, kind of. Let's go ahead. I'm going to adjust that just a little bit. Come around and close it up higher. Add some little dots right here. Let's take a step back and look. We're looking pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and start, you know, committing to these other lines right here. And, well, since we're up here, we're going to add an oval right here. And then we're going to come down, bring it down. We're going to add a crazy piece of coral. I'm going to add another oval right here. Add a line like this. And come around. Do the same thing around here. Another oval. And then just add some little lines. Then come around here. Then do the same thing from around here. Just do a little arc. Then we're going to come by and draw some wavy lines that are going to be some seaweed. Draw another one just around here. Add a line. Add another, just a small little piece of seaweed right here. And we'll add another piece of that crazy coral just by doing these kind of little circles. And let's go ahead and take a step back and look at our drawing. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. You know, you can see the hill. We're looking at it at a higher view. And, oh, before we forget, let's add a little oval right here. Do a tall stick. And from right here, we're going to add a kind of a diamond shape. Then from right here, we'll kind of mirror the same shape right here, and then we'll kind of give it a round edge at the bottom, and we're going to turn that into the Krusty Krab sign. But we're just really close to about being done. We got to come to the top, do that same thing, make it dark, add those kind of lines right here. There we go. Do the same thing, add some of those lines because the wood is kind of coming out, kind of cracking. Add a few lines. Lightly kind of come out, do the same thing, just shade in a little bit to really show that that's kind of wood right there. And we got that. And let's go ahead, get close to our drawing, and we're going to add a Krabby Patty on the window. I'm going to draw this arc, draw it arcing just a little bit. Then add a line right here. Then just draw the bun. Draw a little poster. That's where they sell Krabby Patties. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Looking good. Start erasing some of our construction lines. There we go. And we'll do the same thing around here. Do the same thing at our horizon. You can see it's make a big difference once all those lines are nice and clean. Zooming out. All right, we're looking good right there, my friends. And let's go ahead and draw a little background images. Let's come up, draw like this kind of tube shape. Draw a nice oval right here for the window. Come up, add a smokestack. It's okay if it's not perfect. You know, these men look a little crazy. So we'll draw a little kind of backward C, kind of draw another line about the same. And then come and bring that up. And these are just little background things to give this some space. Okay, so then we're going to add another line right here. This is in shadow. I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple of lines on the Krusty Krab. Make that, shade that in just a little bit. But here we're going to shade this in a lot more. Add some lines. And there we go. We're almost done, guys. Let's see. And what's cool too, in another later video, maybe we'll update this series and I'll teach you how to turn this into a painting. Okay, so now that I have that mapped out, let's come around. And draw some lines right here. So we have that. We have that bottom part of the Krusty Krab. And let's come around here, start rendering this out. And now here's a part we're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Boom. Come around, up and down, up and down, up and down. Same way. And I'm going to come see that how I rounded it out right there. And then I'm going to come around, add this line right here. Come around, bring this line around. Bring it around town, as SpongeBob would say. Bring that right there. And I'm going to add some shading right here to give it some depth. And just a little bit right there. Come in with my eraser. And just erase this part right here. Clean it up a little bit. There we go. We're just about done with our Krusty Krab. Oh, still erasing. But I want to thank you guys for joining me in this one. It's kind of cool, you know, just not only to draw the characters, but to learn the whole thing. So this one is pretty much written right here. Now, did I ask you guys about what the Krusty Krab was before Mr. Krabs bought it? And then the text. I'm not the best at text, but we'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's not that bad. And come up here, and the text, I believe, is kind of like that. And then the U comes around, kind of comes down. Do I have enough space? I think so. The S, so come around. Woohoo! Krusty. Yep, I got enough space. Do a Y, because the Y is actually pretty close to the. Then do the same thing here for the K. Whoops, it's okay. I messed up on the K, but it's okay. I'm a fool. Do the same thing. The R is going to look the same. The A is going to be almost like the U, where it's going to come up just a little bit. And then full case B. Haha. There we go. Let's zoom out. The Krusty Krab. And we're pretty much done. We can kind of come over here and just start rendering this guy out. Come around. Just draw some ovals right here. And then kind of coming in and darken these lines up. Then just coming around here, darken the seaweed right here. Do the same thing with this. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some charcoal. Charcoal. You can do real charcoal, and I'm just going to give this rock right here some texture. That's what this area is. It's kind of a big rock right here under the sea. And then we're just going to draw kind of another rock right here because we're getting a kind of a bird's eye view. And grab my pencil, kind of go back to lightly shade. I'm going to erase just a little bit and shade this with my pencil. Yeah, undo. There we go. Sorry, guys. There we are. Come around, darken this up just a little bit. And if I add some more around here, it makes our rock actually look nicer. There we go. Got some light. And we got to draw the flag. So we're going to come around, draw a line right here. And zoom in on this. Draw a line like this. I almost forgot the Krusty Krab had flags. Come around. Do the same thing. These little U shapes. Bring it down. Have it the same shape in the bottom. Bring a U shape. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. The Krusty Krab has flags. There we go. And we could just erase. Shows how much I know SpongeBob. Well, I knew about it because I was looking at my drawing. I'm like, you know what? Some looks a little different, Kenny. And then we'll come over here, and this one's easy. This one is the cross. So we'll just come right here, make a cross. And this one kind of looks like a Japanese flag. And this one is just diagonal. Then we'll just come by and darken this side up. And this one is checkers, so we'll do a square here, and color these in. And let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to take a look, and we're going to clean this up just a little bit right here. And we're pretty much done. We have our Krusty Krab looking all awesome. Let's come here, shade this up a little bit. Shade in between these flags. And let's take a look. Yeah, we're done. You know, and we can do, even put a little SpongeBob here. And I like to start with the feet. And then follow that body. Come up. Come out right here. And saying hi. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit, adding our little SpongeBob. And then we'll draw his little hat. Yep, there we go. It's kind of hard because we're drawing him teeny tiny, but we are at a high view of the Krusty Krab, and his hand is way too big, and it looks like a stick. So we'll come right here, Draw a little circle. There we go. Got a teeny little SpongeBob right there. You know, it reminds me of that episode where he was banned from the Krusty Krab, and he had a little play set of the Krusty Krab. And add another little guy right here. We could shade this guy in, add a little thing right here, and another. Let's do the same. That's this guy. Let's go ahead and give him some. And we're going to shade him in just a little bit. You know, and there we're done. We'll add a flower for good measure. One of those little flowers that float in space in the SpongeBob world. There we go. And there we have the outside of the Krusty Krab. Ooh, that was a mission and a half, but look at that, you know. And what's cool too, let's say we're doing an establishing shot, we can be like, the Krusty Krab, blah, 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 blah. And we would say blah, 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 blah. But I want to thank you guys for joining me in this video. It was a lot of fun. You know, you don't get a lot of tutorials on the outside of the Krusty Krab or how to draw the Krusty Krab. But remember, guys, look at the easy shapes that we see, you know. We'll highlight them really quick before we go. So, you know, when we're drawing this and you're drawing it again, you know, you remember these shapes. So, you know, there's a drop my mic. There's a rectangle right here. You know, these arcs are just, you know, half ovals, and there's another half oval. Lots of rectangles here, guys. See that? Rectangles, rectangles. Remember those shapes. You know, squares. And, you know, it's almost like perspective, and I'm going to cover that in another video when we're drawing, you know, something. When there's perspective, it helps you give that sense of direction so your house is, you know, when you're drawing something, you know, like it's kind of like in a 3D view, it's not askew. And you know, perspective came around the time of the Renaissance when, you know, when sometimes artists didn't have it and their drawings were just a little bit obscure. And it's the best method of like making sure everything is all right. But there we have it, guys. So remember those shapes, breaking down what we see into simple shapes, and it's easy. You know, look at that oval right there, oval Redenbacher, good popcorn. And yeah, long stick for that one little circle right here. Circles, guys. Just take a look at, you know, these drawings, and maybe, you know, fast forward to the end of the video, look at all those shapes, and then maybe try to find them on your own. And that's just easy when we kind of think of things as simple shapes, because we can all draw simple shapes. And sometimes it looks hard to draw something that's like all finished, but if we can break it down to those simple shapes and do that and then clean it up like we did in this video, you will be drawing good in no time, guys. I want to thank you for watching this. This has been Kenny O from Mahalo.com signing off.